It's got to be evaluated in context of terms of context and ecology. Now imagine if instead of that, you said to me, Reg, so what you're saying is listen to other people and really figure out what's happening in their family environment. We don't know what's happened in their life. We don't know what the internal representations are. People do processes inside of them consciously and unconsciously that leads to behaviors. Accept the person, change the behavior. The person can end up accepting that idea. 7. And these are the presuppositions, means these are the convenient assumption of NLP, means it makes it a lot easier to live and breathe and apply NLP or the principles that come from it if we accept these assumptions, including working with other clients. Number 1, respect for the other person's model of the world. We don't know what's happened in their life. We don't know what the internal representations are. All we got to do is that, well, that's their model of the world. And NLP is all about challenging people's models of the world and then eventually changing them if they want to change. So we got to respect. 2, behavior and change are to be evaluated in terms of context and ecology. If someone shot someone in Afghanistan to protect themselves, well, is that bad behavior? You got to look at the context. If you're a woman and a Taliban group is coming to grab you, then if you picked up the gun and protected yourself and shot one of them, is that bad behavior? It's got to be evaluated in context of terms of context and ecology. That's what we say here. Now, resistance in a client is a sign of lack of rapport. This is very important. If someone is resisting, you don't have enough rapport. So you can go and build more rapport. There are no resistant clients, only inflexible communicators. Number 4, very important one. People are not their behavior. People do processes inside of them consciously and unconsciously that leads to behaviors. Accept the person, change the behavior. 5, everyone is doing the best they can with the resources they have available. 6, that 5 is meant to imply that that's all the resources the person has or is getting access to with their current neurology, their current thinking. 6, calibrate, means compare their behavior, compare what's happening inside of it. Now, number 7, the map is not the territory. This is very important. Means the words we use are not the event or the item they represent. So I said once here at a training, I said, what does the word love mean to you? Some people said compassion. Some people said my kids. Some people said rain. Someone actually said to me rain. I'm like, okay, that's the internal representation of love. And one person said to me chore. So then how can I assume in a group of people, everybody has the same meaning or internal representation of love? So the map is not the territory itself. This is very important. I think this will make you a very effective communicator, because at this level of thinking, one of the things you'll be able to do at Masters is you're going to be able to listen to language in such a way to work out the IR, work out the internal representation that is giving the person an experience right in front of you. Important. In fact, this is why we say it's very important. Please write this down. It's very important that where possible and as often as you can, use the other person's words. Why? Because their words represent their IRs. Get into the habit, practice more of that. Repeat back what they said to you. So what you're saying to me, Chris, is so and so. Did I get that properly? Okay, Chris, well, based on this, spell it out, you told me, I believe the best solution for you is to do this. Because now you're in their world. But if I gave my own little word, I think I told you guys the example when we did a mock call, someone was interviewing to work here, and we did a mock call, and Jenny was pretending to be the fake customer, prospective customer. And Jenny was saying, oh, and the, person was asking her, so tell me what the issue is. What are you looking to change? What are you looking to improve? And Jenny started to say, well, I start things and I don't finish them, and I procrastinate, and I also don't, I doubt myself again and again. I know what I want, but I'll doubt myself. And so this guy who interviewed here, he said, oh, so it's kind of like OCD. She got immediately triggered, even as a fake prospect. She said, I never said that. I never said that. I know, Jane, this can be tricky. So, right? So you got to practice, right? So you got to practice. So listen to some of the words that are coming out of my mouth now. So Jane, what I'm talking about is, it's very important to enter other people's worlds. So Jane, can you say to me what I just said? Can you say to me, Reg, so what you're saying is, and see how close you can get to how I said it.
Reg, so what you're saying that it's very important to use other people's words and enter other people's world.
Enter other people's words. You just use the exact phrase that I did. Now imagine if instead of that, you said to me, Reg, so what you're saying is, listen to other people and really figure out what's happening in their family environment. I'm like, what? And sometimes you could say something like, I don't know what internal representation Jenny carried of OCD, but even as a fake customer, she was triggered. Like, this is called installation. If Jenny was not aware of language the way she is, and she was able to say delete unconscious mind, this could lead to an installation. the person can end up accepting that idea. So that's why we say language is, you're moving to a whole new level of thinking around language here. So the map is not the territory. We see, what does a problem have? A problem has context from an NLP perspective. It has process, how we do the problem, and then it has a structure, which leads to a pattern. Now, what happens is a certain experience that you have, you get an internal representation of it. Agreed? Like I might say something and you might have an experience. Now, based on your model of the world, you would label that experience. And then people can have a label of that label and a label of that label. So you could be 3 logical levels away from the problem, just knowing that the map does not represent the territory.